Digital Circus is over, and most of the big questions got answered by the time the credits rolled. But there is a group of characters that the show never really addressed, characters that existed in the circus, abstracted at some point, and then got left behind as if they had never been there at all, and some of them just received official names for the first time, which makes the mystery around them even harder to ignore. A few weeks ago, Sky Redden, the voice actress for Ribbit, revealed the names of several of these forgotten inhabitants. The first one is Sad Guy, a yellow clown with a sad face whose name says everything and nothing at the same time. On this channel, we had been calling him Chuckles while we waited for a real name, so if that sounds familiar, that is why. The second is Glorp, a pink furry creature with a single purple eye, who some of you might remember us calling Pinky in previous videos. The third is Shrooms, a creature with a blue shell that looks somewhere between a mushroom and a clam, and on this channel, we had been calling her Shelly as a placeholder. And the fourth is Grinchilda, a female character with a head that resembles an onion and an orange bow, whose name was confirmed officially through the Glitch Discord server, making her the only one in this group with a fully official source behind her name, rather than a voice actress's own knowledge of the production. 4 names for 4 characters who spent the entire run of the series as background mysteries. And the interesting thing is that receiving names does not actually answer any of the real questions about them. We know what they look like and we know what they are called, but we still have no idea who they were as people, how long they spent in the circus before abstracting, or what pushed them over the edge. They are slightly less anonymous now, but they are still just as lost. And then there is the one that most people probably never noticed at all. During the hallway scene in the very first episode, there is a character that the fandom has nicknamed Blue Wizard, visible in the background for just a moment before disappearing from the series entirely. No official name, no confirmed backstory, no return appearance across 9 episodes. Blue Wizard is the kind of detail that rewards the people who pay very close attention. And the fact that even those people never found out anything meaningful about this character says a lot about how deep the unresolved corners of this world actually go. What makes all of this more interesting is trying to place these characters in the timeline of the circus, because we know a few fixed points. Kinger was there from the very beginning, since he was part of the original C&A team that got trapped when the simulation went wrong. Ribbit and Kaufmo came later, and Jax arrived when the group already included those members. So, any character that abstracted before Ribbit and Kaufmo appeared had a window that was probably very short, passing through the circus quickly enough that not even Kinger seems to have clear memories of them. Blue Wizard and the others appear to fall somewhere inside that uncertain stretch of time, arriving and disappearing before the group that Pomni eventually joined had fully formed, which raises the question of what that experience would have even looked like. Coming into the circus with no one to explain what was happening, no established group to fall back on, and a Kane who was already showing signs of instability across the earlier part of the series. It is not hard to imagine that someone landing in those circumstances could reach their limit much faster than someone who had people around them from the start. Episode 9 had one moment where the abstracted characters seemed like they might finally be acknowledged, and that is the mural scene, where the group painted a tribute to the people who had been in the circus. The mural includes some of the abstracted characters, specifically the ones from the original C&A group and the ones closer to the main cast, but several of the forgotten ones do not appear on it at all. The show does not draw attention to this, it just shows the mural and moves on, leaving the absence as something you either notice or you do not. There are 2 ways to read that absence, and neither one gives a clean answer. The first is that these characters abstracted so quickly before forming any real connection with anyone in the circus that nobody left had a clear enough memory of them to paint them into a group tribute. The second is something the show hinted at but never confirmed, which is that some digital copies may have been disconnected or marked for removal before they ever fully integrated into the circus world, arriving in a broken state from the start and never having the chance to become part of the group at all. Both of those readings are sad in different ways, and the fact that the show chose to leave both possibilities open rather than explaining either one feels like a deliberate choice to keep certain corners of this world permanently in the dark. Whether Gooseworks will ever revisit any of this in interviews, in artwork, or in some future project is genuinely unknown, and maybe that uncertainty is part of what makes these characters work as a mystery. A circus that trapped people and kept them there for years almost certainly had residents that history forgot, and leaving some of them nameless and unexplained is arguably more honest than wrapping every loose end into a neat explanation. Did you know any of these characters existed before this video? And which of the 2 theories do you think explains why they were left off the mural? Tell me what you think.